Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all keeping very well, and for those that are new here, my name is Adelaine. In today's video I'm going to be showing you 6 styles of coats that are perfect for the winter, and you won't be compromising on style at all, but they will definitely be very functional and keep you warm. So whether you live in a climate where you have quite mild winters, or whether, for example, where we are in the UK, we've had quite a mild winter but the temperature has definitely dropped, so I'll be covering coats that will be suitable for different temperatures. Okay, so let's get into it. So the first coat I wanted to show you is this gorgeous coat from Mango. You can still see I've got the labels on. I haven't actually worn it out yet, but this is something that I believe is an absolute staple for every wardrobe. So this is composed of mainly wool, which is essential for the winter weather because wool naturally keeps you very, very warm. And what I love about this coat is that it's the perfect shade of camel. It works really, really well on my complexion, and it works for most complexions as well. I think camel is the sort of shade that you do have to get right for your colouring as well, because some shades of camel that I've had haven't necessarily, you know, that can make you look quite flat. But this shade, it's quite a cool tone shade. I've noticed that this sort of shade works for most complexions. And this one from Mango is just perfect because it has the large lapels, which I've mentioned in previous videos. For those that are new here, you'll find out I love a large lapel on a coat because it just makes the coat look that much more expensive. And also it has the drop shoulder, which gives it more of a casual vibe as well, more of a relaxed, effortless vibe. And it has the wide sleeves on here, which look really, really gorgeous. It just looks really stylish. It just adds another element to the coat just to give it a bit more interest, so you just haven't got a standard camel coat. I love the fact that it is oversized as well, because in the winter obviously we need to be layering up in order to stay warm. So with everything, I will be mentioning this over and over, layering is key in the winter, because you can wear a big thick jumper, which is great, but then I think with layers, at least then if you do get too warm, you can always take a layer off. But yeah, with this coat as well, it's perfect because it is lined. It has the stud buttons as well, so that you don't actually see any buttons on the outside, which I think just keeps with the simplistic form. It's very, very heavyweight. It's belted, which is great because obviously sometimes you might want to cinch in the waist, but if you want more of a relaxed look, you can keep it open as well. Another tip actually that I will give you is that if, for example, you don't want to necessarily wear it too oversized, if you want it to look slightly slimmer, like a slimmer form, I tie the back of the belt and just tie a little bow at the back, and it just pulls it in without affecting anything from the front as well. This coat is a higher price point. It is £140. For those that have seen my Mango haul, you will have seen it in there, and I have kept this coat because it was just the perfect camel coat. So this is a higher price point, but this is something that will see you year after year. It isn't going to date. It's a classic camel coat. So I'd highly recommend this. It's still available. The site, it is selling out very, very quickly, but it is still available. So I will link every single coat down below, and it will be also in order of what I show you, and I will pop sizes down for reference. And also for reference, I am 5'7.5", and I am a size extra small to small, 8 to 10, just so that you get a bit of context as well. So this is the classic camel wool coat. So for the next coat, I wanted to show you a puffer coat, because a puffer coat is just the perfect, essential, practical coat that you can wear for the daytime. You can wear it in the evening as well. Not necessarily something that I would wear for a meal, but it's something that you can wear in the evening depending on the occasion. But I love a puffer coat with a hood because it's just so practical. For me myself, I do the school run every day, and this is the coat that I wear pretty much every day. The parents will know me by this coat. But it's just perfect. It has the hood. It will keep me dry when it's raining. It's very, very warm. It's a Longline. You can see it's stuffed with things in my pocket. I've got Haribo's in here for my kids. It's a very long line coat as well, so I love it that it actually does keep you warm from top to toe. I do recommend a short puffer coat as well, but I wanted to show you the long one because I think when it is really, really cold, you want something to cover you and keep you warm. When it's windy, you want your legs covered as well. If you're going for a dog walk, or if you're going for a walk in the countryside, if you meet up with friends for lunch, whatever the occasion is, this coat is perfect. And to be honest with you, even when I do wear like a dress underneath, it does really work with it because it's that sort of smart, casual, kind of effortless vibe as well. I chose this in the khaki colour only because I have a lot of black coats in my wardrobe, and I wanted to switch it up a bit with something that was still neutral but something that would just a bit different, to be honest with you. So this one is beautiful. I love this sort of colour anyway in the autumn winter. I think it just lends really well for the autumn winter. So this is from Next. I purchased this in a size 8, and it is ever so slightly oversized. It's very warm as well, so it is very thick. I love the fact it's got the rib detail around the cuff. You've got the zip as well as the stud button detail as well. It's just perfect. You've got huge pockets, as you can see. I've filled mine very well, and yeah, it's just the perfect long coat. The other thing is it has sold out in this colour, but they have a black and khaki colour. It's like a block colour one, and they also have it in camel, which I've been tempted to pick up as well. It's beautiful, and it's £85 for this coat. But this one you would have seen in my previous winter coats haul, and I've been wearing this most days over the winter, so this is an essential. So for the next category, I wanted to show you the trench coats. Those that are not new here, you will know that I absolutely love a trench coat all through the year. But I think at this time of year, I still keep my other trench coats out, but I don't wear them as often, especially when it gets very cold. But the ones that I do sort of go for are my leather trenches as well as my wool trenches as well. So for this one, for example, this is a faux leather trench from Miss Pap. And I did pick it up in the large only because at the time when I saw somebody in town with it, and I was like, oh my gosh, where's your coat from? And she told me it was Miss Pat, but they only had larges left, but they have come back in stock now, so they're very much available. They also have it in a beautiful taupey camel colour as well. So this one I picked it up in the sale. I think it was like 30 something pounds. It has gone back up full price, but I do think it is very much worth it. It's something that works really well for the daytime and for the evening. It's something that totally just elevates a basic outfit. If your base layer is just all black and you pop this on top, instantly you look chic, sophisticated, elegant. It just looks so much more elevated when you do pop a faux leather trench. And I think it just adds a bit more interest if you're usually wearing your usual trench in the sort of springtime, or if you wear it in the autumn. I think this sort of switches it up. I love, again, it's got the drop shoulder, and it has this sort of detail here on the sleeves as well, where you've got the overlap, and the sleeves actually are like a slight balloon shape as well. It's just perfect. I love this coat. When I wear this coat, I love it. I do feel really confident. And I think that's what's important as well, when you wear something, that you actually feel confident wearing it. And this coat is something that I always feel stylish and confident wearing as well. So this is the one from Miss Pap. The other ones I wanted to show you just quickly were two that I picked up from Pretty Little Thing. And again, they're very long, full length. They do come in petite as well. So that's really good for those who are sort of under 5'5". And this one here, I picked it up in the 10. The black though, I did pick it up in the 12, purely because the sizes came up slightly different. So it's just one of those things. I do tend to order 2 or 3 sizes when I purchase items from certain stores, only because I'm not sure of their sizing. But for this one, it is naturally oversized, but I did pick it up in the 10 rather than the 8 because I wanted it just a bit looser, again, to layer underneath. And because I'm aware that it isn't the thickest of coats, I think that especially when it's cold, you want to be wearing your jumpers, your scarves. You probably have like a shirt underneath the jumper as well, which I love layering shirt and jumpers together. So I think that when you wear this, I definitely recommend you pad up a bit more with the layers. This is beautiful. Again, it's a beautiful sort of a deep camel shade, which just looks so beautiful in the autumn winter time. And I love the detail here with the shoulder, what do you call this, Hitman?
Shoulder strap.
Yeah, shoulder strap. My husband's there, he's helping me out with these terms. With a shoulder strap, drop shoulder, as you all know, I love a drop shoulder. It just looks really chic and effortless as well. I do love a structured shoulder, you'll see in some of the other jackets, but then the drop shoulder just gives it more of a relaxed vibe as well. It has the contrast buttons, which I love as well, just to add a bit more interest. And yeah, it's just a beautiful coat. Again, I'm feeling myself when I wear this coat. I just think it looks really stylish. And again, over a plain all black outfit, you put your chunky boots on, you put on your, whether it's a black knitted dress, or you can wear whatever shade you want. You can go all tonal with a camel dress. I just think it just looks perfect. So yeah, this is very, very versatile. As I said, you can wear it in the daytime or the evening. It's one of those coats that is sort of non-specific. Whenever you wear it, whether day or evening, you're going to look stylish either way. And the black is exactly the same. My husband thinks I look a bit like, what's it called, The Matrix, when I wear this coat. But I love this coat, honestly. Again, this one looks really cool, that sort of 90s vibe when you wear like sort of wide leg jeans. I love wearing it with my wide leg jeans, with my crop jumper, and this over the top. It just gives me all the 90s feels. I absolutely love it. Again, it's exactly the same. I did pick this up in the 12 only because the camel came up bigger and the black came up smaller. I'm not sure if they've sorted out their sizing issues, but yes, that was the case with this. So these are the trenches that I wanted to show you. The last trench that I wanted to show you was a wool trench, and this one doesn't have you'll be surprised to see, doesn't have the drop shoulder. This is more form-fitting. It's more of a structured, more formal coat. You can wear it casually with trainers, but when I wear this, I do like to wear it with like boots, and sort of maybe pointed boots, or with my round toe chunky boots as well. But then I do find that this one is more of a smarter coat. This one would be great for workwear, for during the winter season. This will keep you warm because it's 55% wool. I'll just double check for you. Let's have a look here. And this is actually from Stradivarius, which is part of the Zara group, the Inditex group, because I used to work for Zara, I know. Let me see, 66% wool actually. This is very high content of wool actually. And this was an absolute steal because I didn't actually buy it from Stradivarius. I actually picked this up from TK Maxx, but I did go on the website and they do have them in stock in different colours, so you can pop on there. I can't remember how much I did pick it up for in TK Maxx. It was something crazy like £19.99 or £25.99, so it was absolute bargain. But I know on their website it's usually around the £60 mark, which is still very good for a wool coat, for a predominantly wool coat. It will keep you warm. It has the tortoiseshell buttons on here. It has the beautiful cuff detail on the sleeves. It's just a classic trench coat but in wool, and it has the belt detail here. It's just beautiful. I picked this one up in a small. It's not massively oversized, but I think with the style of the coat that it is, I didn't particularly want that one to be massively oversized. I've got many trench coats that are already oversized. This is more sort of my formal coat that can be worn casually, but again, as I said, it lends more towards the formal sort of styling. And for the next one, this is my current favourite blazer that I picked up from And Other Stories. It's absolutely beautiful. So it is 100% wool, and yes, it doesn't look like the most substantial style coat for the winter, but because it is 100% wool, because of the nature of wool, it will keep you warm, I can assure you. It is lined, it's in a beautiful taupey shade. It's just the most perfect blazer for the winter, in my opinion. I mean, when you look at it, it does look like a men's blazer, and that is, I mean, when my husband saw it, he was like, wow, that looks like a men's blazer. But then that is the style of it. It is slightly oversized as well, so I did pick this up in a size 34. I thought I would need a 36, but then the 34 was perfectly oversized. And the fabric, it's just so thick, it's luxurious. When I wear it, to be honest with you, I do wear it with these split trousers with the split hem trousers. Let's get it right and put my teeth back in. So these split hem trousers, and it looks great with my chunky loafers. You would have seen actually in one of my previous hauls that I actually wore this outfit, and I did get quite a few people ask where the blazer was from. So it's from And Other Stories. I actually did get this second hand, so I actually picked this up at a great price because it's usually £165, and I actually picked this up on eBay. It was in the colour, it was in the size, it was like waiting for me. It had been worn once, and the seller, she had like 100% feedback. It's literally, she said it was as new, she barely wore it, and so honestly, when I received it, it looked like it came straight from the Under the Story store. It is in perfect condition. All you need is a quick dry clean and you pop it on. And to be honest with you, I've worked in retail for many, many years. I've worked for Zara, I've worked for Pandora, I've worked for, back in the day, Miss 60. I'm not sure if for those that are old enough to remember Miss 60. But then what I learned from working in these stores is that even though you do buy it new, a lot of the times they are worn, people return it, the amount of people that try it on, they might be sweaty. So I would always recommend that whenever you do buy your clothes, to wash them first or dry clean them first anyway. And so when you do pick it up, like if you do pick it up second hand, which is obviously great for the planet, and that's something that I would highly recommend, and something that I'm trying to get more into the habit of as well, because not only do you save money, but you also, you know, you're also reducing the amount of waste that we're having on this planet as well. For those that are actually thinking on those lines, I think it's important for us too, because the direction that we're heading towards, I think it's really important that we're all mindful of that. I've still got a long way to go. I still buy clothes from various retailers, but I am becoming more aware of, by purchasing items that are more sustainable, looking at, you know, the footprint on the planet as well. That's why I do like places like H&M as well, because they have the sustainable range. I love Mango for that same reason. Thankfully now Primark are even getting on the bandwagon now as well, which is great news. But there are many places, but secondhand is definitely a way to go moving forward with a lot of these items, because this I saved £100 nearly. It was £70 that I purchased it for, rather than the £165 price tag. So for the next coat, I wanted to show you something. This was in my previous coat, winter coat essentials video as well, and this is still one of my favourites, and this is why I wanted to show you again, because I think you can see a lot of the blacks, and you can see, well, just one black actually, mainly beiges and neutral tones, but as this is a neutral tone as well, but then I don't have many grey items. But I do think grey is a great colour over the autumn winter especially. I think it suits most skin tones. It depends on which shade of grey you go for. For some shades of grey, again, they don't work for me, but it's just a matter of you pop it up to your complexion and see if it works for you. See if it looks like it's draining you, or if it just makes you look more alive. And if it just flatters your complexion and your hair colour. So this one is beautiful. This one is from Maison Margiela, and I've had this for now, gosh, it must be at least sort of 6 years, 7 years, and it's still one of my absolutely favourite coats. It's just a beautiful cocoon shape. It has the drop shoulder detail, and to be honest with you, it's more than a drop shoulder, because the seam comes sort of halfway down your arm. It's beautiful shape, and it can be worn in two ways as well. You can wrap it round this way, which makes it look more formal, or you can wear it in more of a casual style with the lapels left open. And it's just a beautiful coat. I must say, the link for it that I tried to get before, it was actually sold out. So you can check on places like eBay, Depop and Vinted, but otherwise I will definitely pop a link down below. I saw one quite similar in Zara as well. And you can always check out TK Maxx, because that's actually where I purchased this one from. My husband actually purchased it for me from TK Maxx, and it was a massive, massive discount, because they have their gold label there. So I'd always recommend, if you're looking for designer items or great quality items, TK Maxx is another place to go to, because you can get it for a much more affordable price as well. And last but not least is this beautiful quilted coat from Arket. So this again is a very practical coat for the winter. It's going to keep you warm along with all the other coats here. It's not massively thick, but it does keep you warm. So obviously the fabric that it is, it's just great for cold weather. I love this quilted detail. This quilted detail has been on the radar for the last couple of years, and I know that it is very popular sort of coat at the moment. With the quilted coats, you've got the quilted belted coats, and this one is the one with the belt. I've had my eye on this for quite some time. This was actually from Arket, and I picked it up in this small, even though I would have preferred it in the extra small. I actually purchased it in the small, and I actually have a little story with this actually, just quickly, that basically I picked this coat up, purchased it in the small, it got lost in the post, Arket told me, purchased it in the extra small, again it got lost in the post, purchased another small, and that was the only one that I had at home, and they were kind enough, cutting a long story short, after the complaints, they actually refunded me the price of the coat, so I actually got this for free, and I was like, oh my gosh, so I absolutely love this coat even more. But then yeah, it's actually gone down in the sale from £150 down to £75, and it has sold out, but then they've brought it back out in the black, and I'm guessing that they'll probably bring it back out in this colour as well, because that's what they tend to do each year. So definitely keep an eye out for this. So it's a beautiful quilted coat. There's not too much I can say about it apart from the fact that it just looks so stylish. I love the fact that it's not a funnel neck. So with your traditional funnel neck coats, or with like a coat with lapels, it's got the beautiful crossover detail. It reminds me of sort of like an obi Japanese style coat, and I think that's what drew me to it as well. It just looks so beautiful. It does look a bit like a dressing gown, as a lot of these coats do when you have a belted detail, but it depends on how you style it. So for me, I like to wear this, to be honest with you, it goes with everything, whether you wear it with trainers, sometimes I wear it with like my chunky boots. It does look really cool. I think with anything that you wear, it's more about looking, if you pop on a bit of makeup and do your hair, I think that even though you might look at it, and if you try it on with no makeup, you will look like you're wearing your dressing gown, but then as soon as you pop on a bit of makeup on, brush your hair, you look a bit more polished, straight away it just looks like a coat, like it should be. So yeah, this coat is beautiful, gorgeous, stylish. So this is the very last coat that I wanted to show you from this video, and I hope that you've enjoyed watching. Let me know down below, and comment down below and let me know which ones were your favourites, which ones you may have already, or which coats that you have in your wardrobe that are your essentials for the winter period as well. As I said, with all of these, there will be linked down below with sizes for reference, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, which really helps with my channel. And if you are new here and if you are enjoying my content, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much again, and see you soon. Bye!